more than anything, right, especially right now in this climate, you got to understand, does she value you? Does she value you? Does she value a man's presence? Yeah. YouTube, what's good? Back with another video. You know the vibes. When I'm in the whip, you know I'm going. You know where I'm coming from. On the way to the gym. Just finished doing some errands and chores and shit like that. But I'm gonna just jump right into it, you know, get straight to the meat and potatoes of this shit. A lot of you niggas want to know, is she the right girl for you? Or if you picking the right girl and shit like that. But, you know, because it's a lot. I wouldn't even classify myself as a relationship type of coach. None of that shit. Dating coach, none of that. I'm just a nigga who been through this shit that knows what works and what doesn't. Like what wills results and shit like that. So, but, because I see this shit, this relationship shit be floating around and shit like that. I feel like a lot of times it's just dudes and girls going back and forth. I ain't into all that type of shit. So you won't ever see me on no panels and none of that shit. And I ain't talking, like, I'm just gonna give you what the fuck it is. But basically, you know, because you see a lot like, what do you bring to the table, this, that, and the third. And my shit with all of this is like, bro, who gives a fuck? I don't give a shit about what she bring to this, that, and I don't give a fuck about if a bitch can cook, clean, none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about that corny shit. Like, that's corny to me. What the fuck? It all boils down to, what do you want out of the girl? Like, what do you want with a girl? Like, what do you want with this female? Right? What do you want? Like, what is the most important things out of a female that you want? Is it cooking, cleaning, submission, and shit like that? Is that what you really want? Like, is that what you want from a girl? Or is that what the fuck that's been pushed out? That's what society's telling you should want from a girl. That's what your granddaddy and them had from a girl. Is that what you want? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, you gotta change with the times. 1980s, 1970s bitches is not these 2023 bitches. They not these new bitches. So you gotta be able to adjust fire and move with what is going on out here. Like, that's why I sit here and say, the shit I tell you, I would never sit here and tell y'all that my way and the shit that I do will work for all of you, is the best route for you to take. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that throughout my life experience, you know, dealing with bitches, talking to dudes, you know, traveling, my interactions and being every type of nigga for a girl before, I know for a fact that my way will garner results for me, right? And I feel like it's more applicable to the average dude. So will it work 100% of the time? No, because nothing is cookie cutter. Nothing is that straightforward. But I promise you, I wouldn't lie to you. Like, I promise you that. But as far as picking the right girl and what do you want from a girl, that's all gonna be on whatever stage of life you in, right? What you looking for. Because if you looking for a relationship, if you looking for a girl for a relationship, marriage and shit like that, then it should be easy for you to know, I don't want to be fucking with no hoes. Like, I don't want to be dealing with that type of girl. And, you know, also, what stage of life is she in as well? Because you might be in the relationship era of your life, you know what I'm saying? You might be in your settling down stage or whatever the fuck. Or is she in that mode? She might not be ready for no relationship yet. And when she be ready for it, who knows? But you gotta be able to see that. You gotta be able to, I swear to God, a lot of this shit is, you can look at a girl's page and kind of decipher what kind of girl she is. Right? I know you niggas, some of you niggas gonna be like, no, you can't go up. Listen, however she wants you to perceive her, perception is reality. So you go off of that. Until you start communicating and interacting with her and knowing her mindset, that's the type of girl you go off of. So if you go to her page and she's shaking ass, and you see her butt more than you see her face, you see behind her more than you see her face, or she's you know, not always wearing, you know, always wearing some attention grabbing, then that's the type of girl she is. Now, I ain't saying judge her and be like, nah, she this, that. You don't gotta be sitting there calling her names and shit like that. Just know that's which time she's on right now. That's what type of time she's on. It ain't nothing wrong with that. That's just not what fits into your lifestyle right now. You get what I'm saying? So, but if you go to a girl's page and she's more, I would say classy, not classy, more pretty girl type, like she wears, you know, she goes to nice lounges, you see her at brunches, you see her in nice, you know, dressy outfit. She might have on like a nice black dress or some shit that shows off her frame. She might have on like a business suit or some shit like that. Something that presents the image of professional, right? Classy. And you think that's the type of girl, now, like I said, wait till you communicate to know what her mindset is. But she's putting that out there because that's the perception she wants you to receive. So, until you start communicating, that's all you have to go off of. But you see what I'm saying? That's how you start picking. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants to put their best foot forward. So she clearly thinks that that's her best foot, not just her body. You know what I'm saying? She's putting that forward like, I'm way more than just some vagina and ass. That's what I want you to perceive me as. So, you know, until you start communicating, you don't know that, but that's a good way to start off, you feel me? And, you know, make sure y'all, everything is like, you gotta have these conversations. You gotta be able to be compatible with a woman. Now, it's gonna come down to a lot of shit. It's gonna come down to sex. Are y'all sexually compatible? Because my God, that's gonna be one of the most things that'll get you up out of there. Y'all can have everything else aligned, your goals, your lifestyle, where y'all see yourselves in 5 years, kids, shit like that. And then you get into some shit in that bedroom and you suck. Out of here. Out of here. I promise you, too many stories I heard, like, out of here. Girls tell me all the time, everything lined up perfectly and sex is terrible. Sex is terrible. They are not, especially if that's gonna be some lifetime shit. Like if y'all gonna get married, she is not about to get married and be married to terrible dick. You feel me? So y'all gotta make sure y'all compatible. So sexually, mentally, financially, what is y'all lifestyles? Because you're not gonna want to be, I don't want this to go on too long, but if it does, whatever, just hopefully y'all take from this. But y'all lifestyle, if you a gym rat and she's not, y'all always gonna clash somewhere. If you business minded and she's consumer minded, y'all always gonna clash. Because you trying to make money, she trying to spend money. You all about getting in shape and being healthy, she's all about not, right? And that's gonna put a strain on y'all relationship. So are you funny? Are you funny? Like, do you have a sense of humor? Does she have a sense of humor? Because if not, y'all gonna clash. I swear, my last shit, I had to water down my personality because she didn't like the shit I'm saying on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Like, but 80% of my personality is funny. Like, so I can't even say little witty shit without her getting upset. Like, that's gonna put a strain on y'all relationship. It's not good. So you need to find out what girl suits you and what girl fits for you. So you need to have in-field experience in all aspects. You need to be out there. You need to be able to lay it down in the bedroom, so you need experience. You need to be dating so you can, you know, dealing with girls, even just communicating with them to understand what you like, what you're gonna tolerate, what kind of mindset is you looking for in a girl. You know what I'm saying? You don't wanna be having no conversation with no ditzy bitch. Like, that shit is annoying. You gotta understand where she sees herself, you know, all of that. Cause the girl is gonna be what raises your kid. All right, y'all, my fault. I got that phone fell. But yeah, her mindset is gonna be what raises your kids, your children. So she has a piss poor mindset, a terrible mindset. What do you think is going to be infiltrating the kids' mindset? Right? You're gonna have some input, but if you're gonna be the dude, if you're gonna be the type of man that's out there working, getting to this money, this, that, and the third, you're not gonna always be around. You're not the nurturing personality. You're the disciplinarian. So if her mindset is piss poor, that's what your kid's mindset is gonna be. Right? What's right for you is not gonna be right for everybody. It's not gonna be right for, you know, you might think this one girl is perfect for you, which might be true, but the world might perceive it as she's not right for you, right? That's up to you to decide how she fits into your lifestyle and what you're gonna tolerate. That's all what it boils down to. What are you gonna tolerate? out of a girl, because they all gonna give you headaches, they all gonna get on your nerves. You know, they're all 70 to 80% is what you can expect from anybody to meet, you know, in your life. You know, nobody's gonna be 100% perfect. So out of 70 to 80% is gonna be what fits, you know, what's correct for you. Are you able to deal with that other 20% that's not right? You know, you're gonna be able to deal with the flaws and all that shit, right? And more than anything, right, especially right now in this climate, you gotta understand, does she value you? Does she value you? Does she value a man's presence? Because that's what it really boils down to. I'm gonna say that across the board. Does she value you as a man, and does she value a man's presence, period? Meaning, you, does she always thinking about you? Is she always genuinely doing acts of service, or not even acts of service? Does she always just have you on her mind? Right? My girl, before we even got together, like before we was even a couple, she was so attentive to me. When I was starting this YouTube shit, she was so attentive to me, my lifestyle and the shit that I was doing. She got me gifts specifically tailored to me and what I was doing. And I still, to this day, I still use that shit, and I still always remember that. Like, that's crazy that you was that attentive to me, and we wasn't even a couple yet. So that was a big indicator right there. She was too attentive to me and caring enough to do that for me. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have to buy me no gifts. And another thing too, wherever a girl puts her money, that's where she's back behind. Because girls ain't spending no money on niggas if they don't have to. So if she's spending money on you, putting money behind you, you know, genuinely, not just for the, you know, reciprocation, like I'm doing this so you can do this for me. No, if she's doing it genuinely without the thought of wanting something back in return, that's another key indicator. And then two, does she even value a man's presence in her life? Some girls don't even fucking like dudes, don't even care about men. In that phase where they hate us, or it's always some negative thing against men, you know what I'm saying? Or they just have a bad, you know, I don't always want to say it's daddy issues, but some might have poor relationships with their fathers, uncles, you know, might not have seen men treat their mom right, you know, might have only seen men abusing their mom and shit like that. So it's an understanding, like that might be what she went through, but if that's her mindset, you don't need to be dealing with her, right? So it all boils down to, does she even value a man's presence? If she doesn't, then she's not right for you. Until she clears that up, but that's not up to you to fix. That's not up for you to be debating with her. I see guys out here debating, like arguing in comment sections. I'm not doing all that, bro. You know what fits your lifestyle. You know what you need, and you know what brings you peace, what's gonna bring you peace. So that's what you have to go off of, right? But moving along, next, kids. Kids is gonna be a fucking huge deal breaker for a lot of y'all. Now, I see this shit out here. Everybody say something about single moms, this, that, and the third, stepdaddy season, all this goofy shit. Let me be honest with you. Contrary to popular belief, I don't see an issue with dating single mothers at all. But I will tell you, if you yourself don't have children, I'm not recommending that at all. I would not recommend that. I would not recommend that. That sounds crazy. That's like why would I tell you to buy a car that's already in negative equity, like under the Kelly Blue Book price? It's only gonna get worse as you paying $20,000 on a car. Why'd I tell you pay $20,000 on a car that's only worth $5,000? Like, that's why I would say that. So don't fall into the hype of this single mother shit. I don't have nothing against it, but if you don't have no kids, it's bad business for you, right? Because dealing with a woman with children, you gotta take on her and her kids and understand that her kids are always gonna be first, right? Two, you gotta understand the relationship of her and her child's father, right? So if they get along, if they're cordial enough, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta make sure it's still nothing there because she'll fuck around and sleep with him if your dick ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? He's always, it's imprinted. He's the womb imprint, so you gotta understand that too. And if they not on good terms, you gotta understand too, like, I'm not gonna be fighting with Buddy just because I'm the new dude. Like, just because I'm with her now doesn't mean me and you have beef. Right? That's man shit. But if he wanna be on that super ultra tough shit around, you know, you ain't gonna be around my kid, this, that, and the third, you know, either, you know, if it's that serious, you know, stay with her, you know, and then y'all handle that as that. But if not, move around. Like, don't be dealing with that unnecessary stress and drama that you bring. Like, when you can just get a girl that doesn't have these problems. You see what I'm saying? So it's a balance, but it's all about what you want out of life. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I have a son. I date a single mother. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I feel like it's, for me personally, I was like, it's a balance. It's a 1-in-1 thing. That's as far as I would go with it. But as far as me dating somebody with, you know, I have one, she has one, that's cool. But if I have one and she has two, I'm not doing all that. That's way too much extra. That's as far as it would ever go with me. You either have no kids or you have one, because I have one and I feel like that works enough, you know. But it's all about mentality, communication, and a balance. There's gonna be a balance, right? That works the best for me. That gives me the results out of life and moving forward, how we communicate and how we get along, how our lifestyles align. Me and her work out perfectly, right? But other than that, I don't, you know, I wouldn't recommend it to y'all. I'm telling you, because, you know, a lot of y'all, it might not be mature enough, and it's better off for you to just try to, you know, create your own family and forge your own path, right? Especially, let me be super clear about this. Especially if you don't have no kids and you dealing with a girl that has multiple children by multiple men, that do not get into that. Do not get into that relationship. If you having sex, wrap it up. Do not be making kids with her, bro. Because that right there is showing you her mindset, showing you that she's not requiring men to marry her, but she'll take on the benefit of having kids with them, collecting benefits and income. Like, and then the dudes that's even doing that, you tells you the type of pool of men that you know, interact, you know, the type of pool of men that she's allowing in her body. You don't want to be in that pool. Like, are you dumb? Like, that type of shit, you gotta really be intentional, discerning, and disciplined with your dick and with the type of women you're gonna be laying with, bro. Like, it's treacherous out here. So, you know, that's another indicator. Like, you gotta be really smart, bro. Like, especially if you're young, yo, you need to be paying attention right now, because you make dumb decisions now, a lot of shit throw you off your path. If you on the upward swing right now, you hustling, you starting to get momentum and whatever, and then you have a kid, throws a whole curveball in it. Now you can't move around like you want. Now you gotta worry about a female and a child. Now you can't be as indebted to your mission, to your work, like you supposed to be, because you fucked up and, you know, had a kid just because you didn't know how to pull out, or it felt too good, or you didn't want to wrap it up. Like, y'all gotta be really smart, y'all. And, you know, I don't even get that. And girls be like, people be like, you know, I don't want to get married, it's too much of a commitment, but you'll have a kid. Like, that's stupid. Like, you'll have a kid, but you won't get married. At least with marriage, without kids, you can leave and we don't have to communicate no more. If you ain't splitting assets and shit like that, whatever, you know. But y'all can not be together forever and have a kid, and you still got to deal with her forever. Like, so, be smart. Be very, very smart about that shit, bro. I'm going to say this to y'all because I feel like this will be one of the main things that'll help you pick and select the proper woman for your life, right? When you start to value your time, when you really understand the value of your time, then you'll start selecting the right woman. When you value your time, you'll start making better decisions when it comes to women. Reason I say that, Pussy and women are only as valuable as whatever you have to give up to get them, right? So majority of the time for men, the thing that we have to give up is going to be our time. The trade-off is men are trying to acquire women, trying to acquire sex without giving up the least amount of time. So we're trying to get the most amount of sex and women interaction, giving up the least amount of time. Girls are trying to gather as much as our time and assets and shit like that with giving up the least amount of sexual interaction, without giving up the least amount of pussy. So once you value your time and you realize that, look, I don't have time to be wasting with you playing these games with me, using my non-sexual attention, using me for an emotional tampon and not giving me what I want, you'll start cutting girls off that's playing games with you. You'll start realizing, look, I got stuff to do. I got money to make. I got, if you got kids, I got kids to take. I don't got time to be playing with you. I don't got time for you to be giving me the runaround. You know what I'm saying? And a girl that's serious about you is not going to play them games. A girl that sees you on your grind, she's going to be like, I know we don't have much time, but, the little bit of time y'all have, she's going to be entrenched in it. She's going to value that time y'all do have together, right? So the more you start and understand that your time is of the utmost importance, your happiness is paramount and shit like that, then you'll start making the better decisions when it comes to dealing with women. Because you're not going to have time to waste. And if she's serious about you, she's not going to want to waste your time. All right, I'm going to just leave it at this because it went on long enough and I keep getting interrupted and shit. But is she the right girl? It depends on you and what you want out of life, your lifestyle, and where you're going, your mindset, and everything encompassing that, right? You attract what you are, not what you want. Always remember that. You attract what you are, not what you want. So finding the right girl for you will all come down to who you are. What version of you are you at when you meet this woman? Do you even value your time? Do you value yourself? Right? I don't want y'all out here judging women. I don't want y'all out here hating women. I don't want y'all out here talking bad about women. If they don't fit your lifestyle, then they're not for you. So don't even worry about it. You caring about women that you don't even know, that you don't even want anything to do with. For what? Trying to control shit you can't control. Right? Focus on you. Sculpt yourself into the best version all around. And you'll start attracting the type of women on that frequency. You'll start attracting the type of women that fit your lifestyle, that want to be a part of your plan, that want to be a part of your world. But you got to have a world for them to come into. So it all boils down to you. The right woman for you. You got to know your enemy, know yourself. And that's going to be it for you. And that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, yo, it's Wolfgang Peak. It's Wolfgang Lifestyle. And I'm out.